Hello everyone. So an interesting one here. We have two bridge collapses in Russia within the space of about 24 hours. This video here shows the aftermath of a bridge collapse in Bryansk region of Russia. A bridge over railroad tracks collapsed as a passenger train was crossing under it, as seen in the videos here. 40 injuries are reported so far. This was the Klimov to Moscow train. Now, Russian media are, unsurprisingly, claiming this was carried out by Ukrainian sabotage units in the area, saying the bridge was downed deliberately and that locals reported an explosion seconds before the bridge collapsed. Now, that's Russian media. We don't have a statement from Russia officials yet. Just to clarify, the bridge was a road bridge going over the railroad tracks and collapsed on top of a train, not a train going over the bridge which then collapsed. After a bit of digging online, I found the incident happened between Pilshino and Vaganichi stations in Bryansk. So, it would be this bridge here shown by the marker, which, zoomed out, is the only bridge crossing over the railway between those 2 points. This you can see is in Bryansk. So, what did happen here? Now, I do find it unlikely and a bit of a stretch that a bridge would collapse on a passenger train right as it was going under it. So, I don't think this is an accident because of shoddy Russian construction. I think it was a deliberate attempt to destroy the train. But I'm also going to rule out Ukraine because it serves no purpose. If this was a military train transporting vehicles towards the front line, or fuel, or Russian troops, then yeah, I'd say a Ukrainian operation here. So, I think this is likely a case of domestic terrorism, which Russia is now spinning to blame Ukraine, as they do during every other terrorist incident that occurs in Russia. They find a way to try and pin it on Ukraine. Interestingly, this isn't the only incident to have occurred last night. Here's some photos from Kursk showing a bridge that collapsed as a freight train was going over it, causing the train to fall on the road and the locomotive to catch fire. Russia reports part of the train fell on the road, the rest of it remained on the rails, so not a full derailment here. Oddly enough, this one, Russia didn't blame Ukraine. They've given no reason at all. I believe this one is a bridge shown here. Reports said it was a bridge between Trosna and Kalinovka, and unless I missed it, this is the only bridge on that highway which has a train track going over it. Now, a bridge just collapsing on the same day as one possibly deliberately brought down is again quite a coincidence. This was a freight train, but no mention as to whether it was carrying military freight or not. But it is in the right area to be carrying supplies for Russia's operations near the border with Ukraine. You can see it's on Kursk, and the station where it's heading to, well, the railroad that it's on, heads towards the border region. So it's not unlikely that this train wasn't carrying military supplies of some sort. So if it was just this train, the fact it's a freight one and not a passenger, and also the fact that Russia aren't blaming Ukraine for it, makes me think this actually was Ukraine which downed the bridge in Kursk. But then, it's a bit of a coincidence that Ukraine would blow a bridge in Kursk at the same time as some other domestic terror group did in nearby Bryansk. Before I look at possibilities, something a little odd highlighted in blue on this image. I can't tell if this is signs of burning under the bridge, or leaked oil, or fuel, or some other liquid like lubricant or something from the train itself leaked afterwards, or even just old wear and tear and staining on the bridge. If burning, then it does suggest that this may have been deliberate, and that this mark here was caused by the detonation of some device or another going up to down the bridge while the train passes over. But honestly, I can't tell for certain if that's the case with this one or not. I definitely thought this worth a quick look and a quick mention. So, very odd one. So, a few suggestions here. So, could the first one in Bryansk be a complete cock-up? So, these operations are usually organised by a telegram in the past by Ukraine, basically paying or helping some partisan group or individual with a grudge against Putin to carry out an attack. Railway lines have been targeted in the past. There was a train in a tunnel that was hit a fuel train a couple of years ago, if you remember. A recent one, drones that hit a checkpoint in Vladivostok, organised by Ukrainian intelligence. So it's definitely possible that Ukrainian intelligence would have organised a bridge to be downed in this manner. We can't rule it out. So a possibility here is, could the person who Ukraine got to carry this out have made a complete hash of it? detonating it when the wrong train was going under, or even the original target, say a troop transport train or a train carrying military equipment towards Bryansk region, being delayed or cancelled. So they detonated the bridge when the wrong one went under it, whereas the Kursk one got the right target, detonating the bridge as a freight train went over it. Or are we looking at false flags here? Russia doing it themselves to blame Ukraine as an excuse to refuse the peace talks and the ceasefires and that sort of thing. Definitely can't rule that out either. And of course, as mentioned earlier, entirely unrelated to Ukraine at all. Some domestic terror group, and Russia has tried to pin it on Ukraine and take advantage of it to blame Ukraine and cast doubt on Ukraine. Honestly, it is another one. I don't think the first one was Ukraine. I just can't see why they would target a passenger train like that. And again, if it was just the second one, I would say, yep, this is Ukraine targeting a freight train here to try and derail it. The fact that Russia didn't blame Ukraine for the second one is also odd. But remember, so far, it's just the media who is blaming Ukraine. We don't have a statement from Russian officials yet. Could just be a coincidence, two bridges coming down on the same day. I find that a bit too far-fetched and a bit unlikely. So I think both of them are deliberate, but whether it's Ukraine to blame for one, another group to blame for another, Ukraine to blame for both of them, with the first one being a mistake, or some domestic group unrelated to Ukraine responsible for both, or of course, the false flag theory, Russia down both of these themselves. With the reason being, of course, to have some sort of excuse ready to give to President Trump and that sort of thing as a reason for not engaging in ceasefire and peace talks with Ukraine. Definitely can't rule it out. Personally, I imagine a bit towards this being domestic groups in Russia itself and Russia taking the opportunity to blame Ukraine for them. But again, I'm just at a loss. I just don't know. It's a weird one, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. So, that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. Now, I'm going to start a new fundraiser for Sanath, who we've raised money for in the past. He's a volunteer who does a lot of fundraising for Ukraine and delivers vehicles to Ukraine. He's starting a new fundraiser and has recorded a video for us. So, the donation information is in the description. Big thanks to everybody who's donated to all the past ones. I appreciate it a lot, and so does Sanath. Thanks so much, and take care, everybody.
Well, hello, Superminers community. It's Sanath here, coming to you from the basement, otherwise known as the bunker. I hope everyone's doing really well. It's been several months since we spoke last, and this month marks the 2-year anniversary from when we first started working with the Superminers community, the very generous and supportive community. And, you know, out here you're always tottering from one crisis after the other, problem after problem, priorities are changing all the time. I never really get time to look back on what we've done together and what we've achieved, but it is worth it. You know, we've done so much to help in this effort, in this conflict. Drones, multiple vehicles, Pajeros, L200s, generators, engines, battery packs, winter equipment, night vision capabilities, you name it. We've really been there making a massive difference to these guys. And over the course of time, all your donations, large and small, they've added up incrementally to make a massive difference in this conflict and shape things according to how we want them to emerge. Now, I've hit a bit of a problem here. We've hit a bit of a problem. We recently lost a couple of vehicles. They lasted multiple years. I think that one of them lasted 2 years and the other one like 18 months. So they've done a lot of work and they've seen the hotter spots of this conflict. But yeah, we're really stuck now because we need to try and get a couple of vehicles, 3 vehicles ideally, over the line and delivered to the guys as soon as possible. And of course, vehicles are the hardest part of this project because it's not like buying something online and just delivering it. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong with vehicles. On top of that, they have a 1,000-mile journey from the west of Europe to Ukraine. And we don't supply our vehicles just in standard format. We strip out the engine, normally install the BMW engine, strip out all the electronics, all those nasty things that can go wrong and become really unreliable without any warning whatsoever, and leaves you like a sitting duck. So yeah, that's the work we do, and but of course, all our work is underpinned by a budget, a foundation, which is the generous donations that you provide. So with your support, we'll continue this fight and yeah, bring this to a very satisfactory conclusion. Take care, everyone.